Hello, Aries, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future for the end of April 2023, answering the question, what does the divine need you to know right now? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall oracle cards, overall energy oracle cards for your past, present, and future, as well as the overall theme of the reading. We'll be diving into the tarot deck I already have shuffled, and then I have the decks that I'll be using in the extended as well, already shuffled. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Aries, in your recent past, you have let your fears dissolve with Be Real. I feel like this is a reading about you needing to get very honest with yourself. Now, I feel like it's getting very honest with yourself about maybe a change that you need to make or a decision that you need to make or something, but there's a lot of fears associated with it. And I feel like you're needing to work through, or we're needing to work through a lot of those fears in order to come to the decision that you are needing to make, to come to the conclusion that you are needing to make, and that's okay. It's okay to be, to accept where you're at in the moment. Now, you just want to make sure you don't get stuck in overthinking for too long, because that's when you start to get yourself into trouble. Now, in your current energy, you have believe in your good luck with Go Wild. It's kind of an interesting energy, because this Go Wild card to me is like go off, like go be yourself, like show up as being 100% you, 100% authentic, and just have fun with it. And then believe that in being that, everything's going to work out for you. So basically what I'm seeing, like with the believe in your good luck, what I'm seeing here is when you make decisions that are rooted in what is best for you, and sometimes those decisions can feel selfish, especially if you're not used to putting yourself first. They can feel selfish and scary. But when you make those decisions, you actually create luck for yourself. And that is what ultimately gets you into alignment, is when you start to realize that making decisions that serve you 100% of the time, which isn't easy to get, to that point. But when you start to get there, you start to realize that, oh, those decisions are leading me exactly where I've wanted to go the whole time. Now, in your immediate future, you are loved with practice gratitude. So your immediate future, because the way that my readings kind of come through is what were you dealing with in your past, how is that affecting your current energy, and how should you approach your immediate future. So it's not necessarily what is going to happen to you, but more about how you can handle it. And it just feels like there's this need for you to really tap into this inner knowing that the universe believes you are deserving for who you are right now in this moment. Because usually when people are, making decisions that don't align with them, or that don't make them feel good, or that, align with, maybe sabotaging decisions, things like that, it's because they don't believe that they deserve better things. With the Know You Are Loved card and this Practice Gratitude card, it comes down to knowing that once you get to a point where you are grateful for where you're at and excited about where you're going, you always find yourself rooted in the present moment of gratitude. And that comes with releasing yourself from the belief that things need to look a certain way, and internalizing the realization that the universe is supporting you each and every step of the way, but your decision making has to be in alignment with that as well. Now, the overall energy for this reading is adventure with trust your own understanding. Life is just an adventure, right? I mean, a lot more than that, but it really is. It's a series of ups and downs, and a series of lessons, and a series of pain and good times, and it all just kind of comes down to learning to embrace it all. And it sounds really cheesy and out there, but right now is a need to really trust the way that you are viewing your life and the way that you feel, because this is all about a decision you need to make, right? Being honest with yourself about some decision you need to make, or something that needs to happen in your life, and making sure that you trust the way that you feel. Because if you are not feeling 100% like you want to feel, then that means something's off. But let's start, Aries, by looking at your recent past. You have let your fears dissolve with Be Real. What was Aries dealing with in their recent past? This is recent past for Aries, please. See, there's a perspective shift. Yeah, there is a lot of overthinking here. The Two of Wands in reverse with the Hierophant in reverse. A lot of overthinking. And that overthinking, it's almost like, because there's a difference between processing and then you kind of teeter to the side of like over processing, like overthinking. It's good to think through decisions, but it's not so good to overthink them to where you don't take any action at all, or you find yourself more confused than when you started. Now, there's some sort of a perspective shift that's needed, because something, I don't know if it's something that you've been investing in or a path that you're on or something isn't in alignment with you, and you know this. You feel it in your soul. But there's a lot of fear associated with, I don't know if it's walking away from this or leaving this behind or course correcting or whatever the case is. But let's get more for Aries recent past, because I feel like this became very obvious in your recent past, or like it really kind of came to the surface in your recent past. Recent past for Aries, though. Let's get more here. The Justice in reverse. See, because you don't feel like you're getting what you deserve. Something isn't giving you what you feel you deserve. And there's a part of you that's questioning that. That's the biggest thing here. It feels like you're questioning. It's like, well, is this all that I deserve? Or is this as good as it gets? Or am I just making excuses? Or am I just unsatisfied? Like, I don't know. It's just a level, like, it's like you're questioning the way you feel about it, because you feel that it's not providing you with what you deserve in some capacity, and then you're questioning that. You're overthinking that. Recent past for Aries. Woo. Recent past for Aries. The way that it fell back in the deck made me think it wasn't supposed to come out. It's just the sun. Okay. Woo! Yeah, okay. It feels like there's something that needs to come to an end with the Death in reverse, or at least something that needs to change. But you're afraid of the unknown associated with making this change, which makes plenty of sense. But don't let that deter you from making the decision that is best for you. Because there's a lot of self-doubt in this reading, and believing that you're like, every loss is always replaced with something better. Even if you were the one who, initiates the loss, like, it still means that something, will be replaced with something better, especially if you're making that decision because you don't feel it aligns with what you deserve. In fact, that's usually when the universe rewards us big time, is because when we're telling the universe, when we're investing in something that doesn't align with what we deserve, or doesn't provide us with what we deserve, or doesn't make us feel right, or whatever the case is, we're telling the universe, hey, this is all I deserve. This is all I'm willing to settle for. And that, then the universe just provides you more of the same. And it's like, oh, okay, if that's all you want, here you go. But then when you can, when you start making decisions where you're like, no, I deserve more than this, and you walk away from that, the universe is like, yes, you do. Here's more, right? Now, that doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly doesn't happen immediately, but it does happen. And I mean, I've watched it happen in my life. I've watched it happen in the lives of people around me. Whenever you decide that you are deserving of more than what you've been settling for, the universe then shows up for you. There's some healing involved in there, and you might have to say no to that situation in different forms, but there's always better available. All right, current energy for Aries, clarifying, believe in your good luck with Go Wild. Going wild, Aries. All right. Current energy for Aries, clarifying, believe in your good luck with Go Wild. Let's see. It's like, I didn't like the way those came out. I'm sorry. If they're supposed to, they will again. It's just, it feels, I don't know. Well, okay. No, I don't want those yet. It's like it's time for the world to hear your roar. That's what this feels like. And the reason I say that, and for some reason it's just now coming to my mind, is because of this card. Like it's a lion roaring, but it's like it's time for the world to hear your roar. And in a way where you're like, it's like Aries going, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm tired of it, All right, let's now get energy for Aries current energy. There it is. So this is basically what it's saying is you choosing not to walk away from something. And you know what this something is, Aries. You know what this is. It's not putting yourself first. The Empress in reverse. In fact, it's putting someone or something else ahead of your own worth here. And I feel like you're doing that because of fear, and that's okay. For instance, we tend to stay in situations like relationships that don't serve us with people that don't treat us well because we're afraid of being alone or whatever the case is. But that is within itself is the belief that the universe does not have your back. And that is not true. Now, you might have to face some fears of being alone along the way, but that doesn't mean that fear is true. Because right now, you are in an energy of not choosing yourself, of not putting yourself first. And I feel like that has kept you, it's almost like it's bringing you down. It's making you feel small instead of, because you're supposed to be in this energy of like I said, like hearing your roar, like being as powerful as you are. But the situation and choosing the situation that you've been investing in is making you feel small, and you don't deserve to feel small. Aries current energy. Yeah, see, you're choosing your comfort zone. You're choosing your comfort zone, Aries, because you're afraid of this. You're afraid of the pain associated with the unknown, but the Lovers in reverse is saying you're not seeing your worth. Sure, there might have to be a pain, a little heartbreak, a little some sadness associated, but that's just it's a small price to pay for the life that you deserve, if that makes sense. It's a small price to pay for the life you deserve. And I feel like that's ultimately where your focus and your perception needs to go, is realizing that sure, I might have to walk away from something and it might be painful, but it's going to open doors for me that wouldn't be opened if I continued to allow this situation to control my energy. Current energy for Aries. Current energy for Aries, please. Whoa. Okay. Pretty sure it was the Six of Swords. Let's see. Yep. Six of Swords in reverse. So you're stuck. You're feeling stuck right now. But what this is saying is until you reevaluate what it is that you're investing in and you make decisions that are based on how you feel, like it's a reading about trusting your gut. That's what this feels like. It's a reading about trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, trusting your feeling, your own understanding, if you will. And embracing the adventure, like embracing the unknown, because that's where the miracles happen. When we take chances on ourselves, when we embrace what could or could not happen, we open ourselves up to the miracles of the universe. When we choose situations that make us feel safe but don't really make us feel good, we are making ourselves, we're selling ourselves short. We're closing ourselves off to everything that could be possible for us. And that's a little bit of what's happening here, Aries. And there you are again, showing up with the Lovers in reverse. You're not seeing your worth. You're choosing a situation that aligns with like below what it is that you are ultimately deserving of. Immediate future for Aries, clarifying, know you are loved with practice gratitude. It's like you are enough. Like you are deserving. Like, I don't know. There's just this level of you being like, well, I don't know. Like not seeing that you are enough for what it is you want ultimately. Feeling like you have to settle. Or like maybe you're being too picky, or Like, I don't know, like pointing the blame at yourself instead of just trusting how you feel. Immediate future for Aries, clarifying, know you are loved with practice gratitude. I want more on this. This is a strange message, and it's definitely for a specific Aries out there. And it's talking about a person and definitely a romantic situation. It says, don't confuse passion with emotional connection. Don't confuse passion with emotional connection. If the passion is there, but the emotional connection is not, that still means the emotional connection is not there. You can always build not always, but passion can be built from emotional connection. I feel like there's this level of like worrying about what you could lose. Like you'll never find something as good as this or that matches this or something. And that can go for even if you're not if this is talking about a job or anything else. But it feels like you're more concerned of what could be lost than what could be gained. Of course you are. I mean, that's part of it, right? But it feels like there's so much more to this situation than you're realizing in terms of the lesson that it's trying to provide you. Immediate future for Aries. Immediate future for Aries, please. I feel like you're going to make the right decision, though. The Two of Cups in reverse with the Judgment in reverse. I do. I feel like you're going to make the right decision, but that's why you have know you are loved and practice gratitude. Whenever you do lose something or feel like you're at a loss or you're worried because you're walking away from something, whatever the case is, focus on the good that you have in your life. You don't want to go down the rabbit hole of believing that you've lost anything at all, because what is meant for you will never pass you. Again, even if it's your decision to let it go. And if it's not your decision to let it go, because everything that isn't meant for you is inevitably going to fall away, even if it's, if it's not your decision to let it go, still focus on the positive that you still have. Gratitude is the antidote to every single fear and doubt and worry that we have. And the more that you can bring yourself back to saying, okay, yeah, I lost this, but I have all of these amazing things in my life, that opens the door to attract more amazing things into your life. This is you needing to embrace the unknown. Embrace the unknown. Embrace what you don't know. Immediate future for Aries. Let him hear you roar. And I definitely feel like you're the one who makes the decision, only because I see this lion on the Two of Cups in reverse, which is like a separation, like you separate yourself from something. And you're showing up as the lion here, so that's why I feel like it's you. Immediate future for Aries. Okay. You're allowed to be disappointed. One of the most powerful forms of self-love that we are capable of is choosing ourselves and walking away even when we see potential. Because that means that we are choosing ourselves today, right now. We are not waiting for the possibility of what could be. Because the more that we wait for the possibility of what could be, the more we hold ourselves back from from the truth and the reality of what is. And it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be upset when something doesn't work out the way that you want. But at the same time, you don't want to continue to invest in something that you know in your gut doesn't align with you. It certainly doesn't make you feel good. It might make you feel good some of the time, but it doesn't make you feel good all the time, or at least majority of the time. Like, I feel like majority of the time you're spending feeling not so good about it as opposed to actually feeling good about it. All right, Aries, let's hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages and jump into the advice, as well as pull an advice card at the end from the divine. Thank you so much, Aries, as always, for the support of my channel. It means more to me than you know. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Aries.